Tell me you've never wanted to lead an army of the undead, and I'll tell you, you're a goddamn liar. You can live your dreams of being an undead scourge while playing Death Crown. This is a fast-paced RTS game with varied gameplay, 3 different campaigns, and some really damn cool cutscenes. Oh, and this happy fella. Death Crown was made by Cosmonaut and goes for about $10 on Steam, with an expansion campaign that costs $5. Squeezing out all the content I could, I got about 8 hours out of this game. It's got simple but unique graphics, rewarding gameplay, and a twist on RTS I've never seen before. But, is Death Crown worth the money? You start on a battlefield made up of hexagons, and your goal is to murder the shit out of all who oppose you. You can do that by storming your enemy's castle and stabbing it 5 times. It's not always that easy though. They're trying to do the same thing to you, and it's all done in real time. In order to win, you need to outsmart your enemy and ultimately overpower them with hordes of the undead. The building system in this game is really simple. There are only 3 buildings you can make: turrets, barracks, and mines, with each costing a certain amount of gold. Mines produce gold, turrets attack nearby enemies, and barracks spawn your troops. The troops in this game don't work like they do in traditional RTS games, because they don't give a single shit about the enemy troops. They only attack buildings and can only attack once before crumbling. When you make a barracks, you just put a flag where you want it to go, and they'll just keep on spawning and destroying anything in the path you set. Expansion and territory control are the name of the game. You usually win by expanding your territory and denying enemy expansion. It's like a reverse tug of war. A push of war? The only buildings that expand your territory are turrets or barracks, and mines won't expand your territory at all. This means that you have to strategically place buildings so you don't accidentally limit your expansion. You also have the option of selling a placed building for half its cost if you mess up, or if you need to replace it with a more useful building. You turn the tide of battle by holding key points in the map, the most prominent being these crystals. Each crystal you hold powers up your units, giving them more health and attack power. You can only control the crystals if you have an influence expanding building right next to it. However, if your enemy also has a building next to it, nobody gets the power. Usually the one who holds most of the black crystals wins the war, so you just need to knock out the opposing buildings to kill their influence over it. Strategically placing your buildings is a huge part of Death Crown, but the real action comes with how you direct your troops. When you place barracks, you tell them what to attack and how to get there, allowing you to strategically pick where you want to expand your control. It gets hectic real quick, and when I first started I was confused as hell by all the shit going on in the battlefield. This game is really fast-paced and micro-heavy, relying on your quick thinking to win the games. Knowing where to send your troops, where to defend, and when it's safe to build a mine can be challenging at first, but eventually it becomes second nature. That being said, I found the hardest difficulty to be pretty damn easy. Of course, just because it's easy doesn't mean it's not super satisfying to win. As it stands, there are 2 difficulties, easy and normal. And damn does this game need a hard mode. I might just have a big brain, but after figuring out how to take advantage of the AI, most levels started to become child's play. I'd love to get my ass whooped a bit more, but as it stands, there's no real option for it. Even though there's a lack of difficulty in this game, it does offer a good bit of varied content. You can play 3 different campaigns as well as a domination mode. Each campaign has you playing as a different race. The first one is the undead, the free DLC has you playing the humans, and the $5 DLC is the demons. Each campaign differs slightly as far as mechanics go, but they all have the same basic premise. How they differ is in the tiles that you can build on. For example, when you play as humans, you get special farm tiles that speed up gold production, and town tiles that speed up unit production, and also let you build for a little bit cheaper. In the demon DLC, there are spikes that periodically come out of the ground, blocking off pathways for troops and destroying any buildings placed on them. The differences in tile placements gave each campaign its own unique twist and make each of them worthwhile to play. In each campaign, you go through the land and destroy all who oppose you. Each stage tells you how difficult it's gonna be, and some stages offer you special challenges to face. In one challenge, I was pitted against an enemy that mirrored everything I did. It whooped my ass for a while, which was refreshing, and then I decided to build only mines. Then I replaced the mines with unit production buildings because apparently the AI can't replace buildings, and it was an easy win. Some may call it cheese, I call it strategery. Each challenge offers a different twist on the gameplay and is a great way to break up the same types of levels. They are by far the most challenging levels, and I always look forward to playing them. After beating a challenge, you're rewarded with a special upgrade to your castle, allowing it to either act as a turret, produce troops, or give you wider starting influence. You can also level up how powerful your buildings are as you go through the map. You can choose to level up any of your buildings, causing them to produce faster. You get the upgrade crystals simply by beating the levels in each campaign. Another cool thing is when you beat certain levels, you get to watch these super cool cutscenes of you decimating your enemies' buildings. The art style is so unique and cool. It's actually the reason I initially wanted to pick this game up. I mean, damn, look at this 1-bit Conan looking sumbitch. The other game mode is Domination, where you go as long as you can without losing 3 times. This mode is pretty fun, and it's the only way this game offers any real replayability. It's got a leaderboard so you can see how you stack up against others, which is the only real competition you'll find in this game. Other than couch co-op, that is. What this game desperately needs is online multiplayer. Sure, it's got couch co-op, but who owns a couch these days? Or has real-life friends? But seriously, playing this game against friends or strangers online would keep me coming back to it over and over again. Unfortunately, it's not an option, so once I'm done with all the main content, it'll probably just end up sitting in my Steam library, gathering virtual dust until I rediscover it in a couple years. Death Crown is simple but fun, and it scratches the RTS itch in a way I didn't think it would. The gameplay is super fun and fast-paced while it lasts, but it doesn't offer much in the way of replayability. The graphics are cool and the music adds a lot to the experience. Overall, it's a very well-made game. The only thing it needs is online multiplayer and maybe some more content. So, is Death Crown worth it? Not at its standard price. Getting 8 hours out of a $15 game just doesn't cut it. It's absolutely worth it on sale though. If you're interested in this game, pop it into your Steam wishlist to get notified when the price drops. You won't regret picking it up. I'm IndieLad, and this channel is all about recommending indie games you might have missed. Check out my channel page for indie games by category to find just the right game for you. I'll see you in the next one.